Welcome, everyone. You know that our island is a beautiful place, but did you know that it's full of beautiful people as well? We have cultures from all over the world here, each diverse and unique. What do you say we go and discover them? Come on!
Hungary is situated in the Carpathian Basin in Central Europe. The country's capital and largest city is Budapest. Hungary is a member of the European Union, NATO, the OECD, and the Schengen Agreement. The official language is Hungarian, also known as Magyar, which is part of the Finno-Ugric group and is the most widely spoken non-Indo-European language in Europe. The foundation of Hungary was laid in the late 9th century by the Hungarian Grand Prince Arpad. The Kingdom of Hungary existed for 946 years, and at various times in its history was a major political power in Europe, as well as one of the cultural centers of the Western world. Hungary gained widespread international attention during the Revolution of 1956. Since 1989, Hungary has been a democratic parliamentary republic and today is considered a developed country with a high-income economy.
Here, we're standing in front of the building of the local Hungarian community of Victoria. Let's go inside and talk with their president. Please come in.
The Hungarian Society of Victoria was established in 1966 and has been active ever since its foundation. The main goals of our society are to nourish and foster the Hungarian language, culture, historical traditions, and promote friendship and understanding amongst the members, participate in community affairs amongst the Canadian public, and assist recently arrived immigrants of Hungarian origin with adjusting to the Canadian way of life. We have a bi-monthly newsletter which helps us keep the membership informed about our events. We run Hungarian Film Club, where every month we watch evergreen Hungarian movies, and we have a folk dance club for many years named Cornflower. It was established right from the beginning and it successfully exists to this day. There are many Hungarians who contributed to the world of art, and we are very proud of them. Time to time, we invite young, talented artists, musicians, and singers from the mother country. Their performances are always special events in the everyday life of our society. Hungarians work almost everywhere on the labor scale. We didn't specialize in any job like other nations did in Canada. Some of our country fellows became successful in the field of information technology.
You may ask, just how did I get here? To use a common software term, let me work down from the top of the stack. Currently, I am employed by HP Advanced Solutions. The office is located in VITP, Victoria, where I am a senior mainframe developer. Our team works for the Ministry of Finance for the government of BC, maintaining and servicing the many different computer application systems. It's a very challenging workplace where I get to use my specialized knowledge of the complex IBM host environment, including operation systems, database access methods, programming languages, software development. After moving to Canada in 2002, I started up my company named PrairieSoft Consulting Limited. Over the years, I did work for Keen Canada in Halifax, where we were contracted out to Toyota Motor Sales, California. I also spent a few years at Accenture in Edmonton and Canada Life in Regina. In closing, on a lighter note, sometime in the future, maybe towards the end of my career, I can find a programming job in Churchill, Manitoba, keeping track of polar bear population.
Since the very beginning, members of our society volunteered countless hours to raise funds to purchase this community house. Our main source of income, to the great delight of local public and guests, was and still is the famous traditional Hungarian langosh. It has many names: beaver tail, bear claw, elephant ear, and some call it simply fritter. It doesn't matter how we call it. All we need to know that it is truly delicious. Let me invite you and see how we make it.
You are watching a production from the HTVBC Film and TV Studio in Victoria. Let me introduce ourselves. Many years ago, while I was watching the different multicultural programs on local TV, the idea came to me to produce our own Hungarian television programming. With the help of international filmmaker John Varszegi and radio reporter Kövecses Tamás, we created the studio in 2006. Since then we have made 120 short films, many music videos, commercials and TV reports. Our travel documentaries on different topics like Butchart Gardens, the Kelowna wineries, and the 2010 Winter Olympic Games have been aired in Hungary on National Channel 3. Some of our early TV shows, such as Leave It to Uncle Lily, became very popular.
Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha! I gotcha. I can't do this. Kitty, 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 kitty. Oh,
After these successes, we turned to the film industry. Our production were shortlisted 4 times at the Cannes International Film Festival, received first place at the Vancouver Film Festival, and were recognized at other film festivals across Asia and Europe.
Not yet, but there's definitely something going on here.
I hope you understand. The last thing we want is another Roswell fiasco.
At issue is 2,000 years of human history, not to mention the righteousness of the Holy See.
Let's move!
I hate you!
Today, 4 of our feature films sell on Amazon.com, and we were recently got an exclusive contract from the United Kingdom to produce the modern version of Hamlet. Thank you very much for watching our show.
Our next Hungarian is a first-generation Canadian who grew up in Pal River. His passion lies with boats and boating. He builds wooden boats and contributes his expertise to maritime museums. In 2011, on his 60th birthday, Joseph decided to follow in the footsteps of BC's early coastal settlers, whose only means of travel was rowing. He built a traditional wooden rowboat and rowed north for the sake of adventure. Here is his story.
Hello, I'm Joseph Kovacs, and this is my boat, the Brunette. I always wanted to sail to far-off lands, but school, marriage, raising a family stood in the way, until I realized I didn't have to go to the far corners of the world to find adventure. Right here in the coastal waters of British Columbia, there is ample opportunity to find boating excitement. I decided to follow in the footsteps of the early 19th century coastal settlers. My transportation choice was a rowboat of the Swampscott dory type. I built her in a 3-month period with the help of my fiancé and children. She is 16.5 feet long, can carry 1,000 pounds, and still row easily. She answers to the name Brunette. My journey started at Lund, BC. We launched in the late afternoon of August 3rd, 2011, and I rowed north through the Ragged Islands. My first stop was Refuge Cove. My original plan was to row 35 miles a day, every day, for 5 weeks, and with luck get to Prince Rupert. Well, that is what I now call city talk. In city talk, we speak in terms of time, distance, and speed, which we have absolute control over, which tells us and everyone else where we will be. That is not the case on the coast. The tidal current is the most important defining portion of the travel equation, and humans have no control over any tidal current. When it is running against you, there is no going any further. You best heed her voice. I rode a low daily mileage of 17 miles to a high daily mileage of 47 miles a day. The most common was 22 to 25 miles a day. The furthest north I got was Blind Channel. On arrival, Blind Channel was full of large pleasure boats. Here I realized my trip was the talk of other boaters. Several skippers tried to discourage me from going further north, and at first I wasn't accepting their advice. That evening, the resort fishing guide asked me if I would join him for a walk. He had heard on the wharf about me going through the Greenpoint Rapids and the infamous Whirlpool Rapids. He told me to turn back and try another year, starting in May before disaster strikes me and I became fish food. On the day I decided it was too much of a risk to continue going north, the skipper of the yacht Dharma came down to my boat and asked, "Are you going through the Greenpoint Rapids?" I said no. He said, "Good decision. My wife baked you cookies last night and here they are. If you were going to go through the Greenpoint Rapids and try transiting Johnson Straits, I wasn't going to give you the cookies. No point wasting good cookies on a dead man. The cookies were the best I have ever eaten, and I would not want to waste them on a dead man." I rode around 300 miles in 11 days, pushed myself often to my physical limits, and did not reach my original goal, but still had an adventure of a lifetime. Never give up on dreams. Just change them to fit your changing situation.
We close our community tour with the great soprano, Balint Natalia, who was born in Kesby near the lake Balaton. She studied in Hungary and France, and is currently developing her skills at the Stuttgart College of Music in Germany. She has performed in London, Paris, Ukraine, Romania, Serbia, Germany, and Switzerland. In 2012, she got a scholarship to the Bayreuth Wagner Festival from the Stuttgart Wagner Society. As a patriot, she composed an anthem for her hometown and created an annually held music festival where famous international artists perform.
Oh, mio, ma
Thanks for joining us today. I hope you had fun in our cultural exploration. Join us next time when we visit a new community. Until then,